that for the 50 years I've lived in Pune, and I'm particularly sensitive to the fact that India is the capital of the world when it comes to fatalities from road accidents. Whatever be the causes, but that's the net result. बट मैंने आज तक ऐसा कभी नहीं देखा कि जब लोग 30, 40, 50% लोग बिना हेलमेट के राइडिंग करते हैं तो फिर पुलिस वाले क्या करते हैं? 99.9% ऑफ द टाइम कुछ नहीं करते हैं. ऑन द अदर हैंड, किसी ने अगर मास्क नहीं पहना या somebody steps out for a morning or evening walk, you are caning them, you are making them do exercises in the middle of the road to humiliate them. आपने उनके हाथ में बोर्ड लगा दिया है कि मैं देशद्रोही हूँ, मैं गधा हूँ, etc. I mean, where is proportion in the way we are treating our own people? You talked of compassion. I'm giving you the example that I've seen with my own eyes over here. I've seen senior citizens being caned for simply stepping out to get some fresh air. We hear stories of people from Japan to the US getting $1,000 a person, not as a stimulus, as support. So we are not even talking stimulus here. We are just talking support, whether it is for big business, small business, and for individuals. I am not aware of how authentic these numbers are, but I am told in many places in the world, 2/3 of what the government has handed out has gone to organizations and to people as direct benefits. Whereas in India, it's been only 10%. I mean, you would be better placed to comment on why this is so. Why have we not chosen to put more directly in the hands of people?
Well, it's frankly been shocking to me and shocking to us in the Congress party, including ex-Prime Minister, Finance Minister, ex-Finance Minister, and others. And I've been trying to figure this out myself. So a couple of days back, I sent a feeler to some of the government people. I said, I don't understand why you're not giving a stimulus. Because logically to me, it just makes absolute sense. And I said, look, forget the politics of it. Just give me the logic of it. Because I want to understand the logic. I don't understand the logic. And the response I got, it was a couple bullet points. Point number one, there is a huge opportunity for India with regards to China. Point number two, if we give a handout to our labor now, bigad jayenge, basically, they will get spoiled and they will not come back from their villages. Point number three, we might send the wrong message to the international community who we will need to invest in us. And point number four, later we might consider giving money to these laborers and small and medium businesses. Image is based on strength. Strength can never be based on image. But here, you're defending the image and you're destroying the strength. The strength, whoever is going to invest in India is going to invest not because of your image, they're going to invest because of what you are, what you have. And what you are and what you have is your economy. So the first logic has to be defend that economy. And if you defend that economy well, you will have an image and you will succeed in inviting whoever you want over here. But if you don't have an economy left, well, there's nothing.
I strongly believe that a large country like India cannot save itself out of trouble. It has to sell itself out of trouble. We have to get demand going again. We have to provide something that lifts the mood of the people. We need some mood elevators out there. And I do not understand why there is no strong initiative, even if it is for a period of 6 months, 1 year, to strongly lift the mood of the people and provide a stimulus to demand.